that's what we generally do it at the end. Ramakrishna Bharata. So we'll start with a short meditation and then we'll go to the journey. Sitting straight, relaxed. Is this on? Oh. But you can hear it clearly. Maybe it's on. Is this making a difference? No. So it's not on. And a person in the back, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Sitting straight, relax, breathing normally, whole body relax, whole body relax. Let us bring our attention to the tip of our nose, counting the in-breath and out-breath. Let us count in-breath 1, out-breath 2, in-breath 1, out-breath. So 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, up to 10. We'll do it ourselves. Relax, breathing normally. Listen. Listen to the howling of the wind outside. Listen to other sounds, bird sounds. Sounds within the room. Sounds in the far distance. Notice how sounds arise in your awareness, increase and decrease, and finally disappear. Similarly, in our awareness arises color and form, arises taste and smell and touch, arises the sense of a body. In our awareness arises thoughts and feelings, pleasant and unpleasant. They arise, play around and disappear. In awareness itself arises the sense of an ego, I. In awareness itself arises the whole display of our waking, the display of the dream, and the blankness of deep sleep. In the awareness arises our personality and other people, all the complication of our lives arises, plays around, and disappears. Indeed, this whole world, including our body and our lives, is arising in awareness, playing around for a while, and disappearing. All through, I remain as awareness, consciousness. As we shall open our eyes, we will see shapes and forms arising in awareness. Internally, thoughts will be arising in awareness. Continues to be the same awareness, which was aware of the sound. Gently open your eyes. Thus I exist as awareness. I exist as awareness. Bodies may come and go from lifetime to lifetime. I exist as the same awareness. Open your eyes when you are comfortable. Look down at your laps first and then look up. Not as a gymnastic exercise, look down, lap and then look up. It's just instead of directly looking out into the world, we look down, maintaining that interiority, and then you look up into the world, still maintaining that interiority. Still taking a stand as awareness. I think it's on now. Is this making a difference? Yes. It's on now. Now, we will go on with the next verse number 3. Mayyevodeti chidvyomni Mayyevodeti chidvyomni Jagadgandharvapatsanam Atoham na katham brahma Sarvagyam sarvakaranam In me alone, the space of pure consciousness, this sky palace word arises. How then can I not be Brahman, all-knowing, the primal cause? You really have to admire the daring of this author. Just based on our personal experience, he is equating me straight to God. What is he saying here? See, the objection. When he says, I exist, I shine, never am I, I'm never unpopular to myself. I'm always the hero of my own movie. I'm always a source of joy for myself. Therefore, I am Satchidananda. Then Brahman is Satchidananda, so I am Brahman. How am I not Brahman? Now the first objection will come. If you read any text of Vedanta, Brahman is defined as that from which the world has emerged, in which the world exists, and into which the world disappears. Brahma Sutras, if you go, the first sutra is Athato Brahma Jigyasa, hence therefore an investigation into Brahman. Second sutra is, what is this Brahman? Janmadhyasya yataha, that from which the birth, etc. of the world proceeds. The entire world is universe. from that which it is born, in which it exists, and into which it finally disappears, that is Brahman. Asya jagata janma sthiti bhanga yasmat tad brahma. The entire world. So basically, in religion we put it this way, that God is the creator of the world. In Vedanta it is said Brahman, Saguna Brahman, Brahman with attributes, consciousness, Satchidananda plus the power of Maya. It's the creator of the entire universe. The universe exists in Brahman and finally disappears back into Brahman. Am I the creator of the world? Am I the cause of this world? What is this cause of the world? One cause of the world is that which out of the world is made. So the carpenter makes the table out of wood. So wood is called the material cause of the table. That is, when you touch it, you see you find wood there. Touch wood. Huh? So material cause of this table is wood, and what we call the efficient cause or intelligent cause is the carpenter. This is one way of analyzing. Now, what is the material cause of this universe? Brahman. What is the intelligent cause, nimitta karana of this universe? Brahman. We are talking about Sarada Tapovan, God, the God of religion. So, Vedanta Sar, if you see how it defines that Brahman is the, it says, avinna nimitta upadana karana, the one non-different material cause and intelligent cause of this universe. Avinna nimitta upadana karana. What is the material of this universe? Brahman, Satchidananda with the power of Maya. What is the intelligence behind the creation of this universe? Every religion assumes there is an intelligent God, theistic religion. And that is Ishvara, Bhagavan himself. Brahman is called the, or another way to put it, Brahman is the Vivarta Karana, Vivartopadana Karana, and Maya is the Parinami Upadana Karana. What do these terms mean? Brahman is that which appears as the universe. And Maya is that, the power of Brahman, which is transformed into the form of the universe. Anyway, the whole point being, Brahman is the cause, material cause, intelligent cause of this universe. Am I the material cause of the universe? Is the universe made of me? What is this universe made of? Whatever you can say. You can say atoms, protons, neutrons, you can say quarks, you can even say superstrings or whatever. Certainly it's or Brahman, Satchidananda, whatever you can say, Maya, whatever you can say, you never guess that the answer is I. It's made of me. But the answer is that. Lakshmi Sarvapriyananda, he straight away says, yes, the Brahman is made of you. Swami Vivekananda says in the Inspired Talks in that book, in one place he says, there is only one true God of this universe, and it is that which we see all around us. That's Brahman. And it is none other than the Self, the Atman. All that we see is a projection of the Self. Literally so. And Lakshmi Sarvapriyananda here is saying that. What is he saying? Mayeva udayati chidvyomni jagadgandharvavattana. He compares himself to, so remember, always when he is speaking about I, me, from me, he is talking about consciousness, Atman, awareness. This I am, I shine ever, that one, which is there in all of us, which is our real nature. That's what he is talking about. So when he says in me, he means in me the consciousness. And he compares himself, consciousness, to sky, to space. Like that space, here, all around us. Open and spacious. And it gives room for everything. We are in this space, and this hall is in this space, and this mountain is in this space, and so are all these mountains and trees and forests. How much it is enclosing, it is giving space to. Similarly, he says, in me the space of Brahma, of consciousness. Chidvyomni. In me the space of consciousness arises what? Universe. Like, he says, like castles in the sky. Sometimes you see cloud formations, they look like houses and people, shapes. As if, in Sanskrit that is called Gandharva Nagara, the city of Gandharvas. Gandharvas are like celestial beings who are expert musicians and dancers of heaven, heavenly musicians and heavenly dancers. You have a superhuman musical ability. So in the next life, after death, you go and become a Gandharva in heaven. So now they are supposed to live in the sky, in those. It's like an imagination. Actually, there are no castles and buildings and all. They just look like that in the sky. Similarly, there is actually no universe in consciousness. It looks like that. This looking like a universe, it arises in consciousness. What is it made of? It's made of consciousness only. Think about the universe in this way. The universe, the world, right now the world, Jagat, it appears to us, step one. It appears to you. You can see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. What do we feel? It's outside, but it is appearing to me. I'm experiencing it. Yeah? Step one. Step two is, it is appearing in me. What do you mean in me? In me does not mean in this body. In this body, the whole universe is not there. But if you think consciousness is your body, awareness is your body, then the whole universe is in you. How to think about this? Think about it this way. 2 examples I'll give. One is the favorite dream example. In a dream, you see yourself and you see a word. Maybe in a dream you are attending a Vedanta class. So no, in a dream also. And you see other people in the class. You can see a hall. Some are here, some are there. Like that, you can see distance. Yeah? All of that. When you wake up, you realize what? That everything in that dream, the other people, that hall, the distance, space, the time of the class, and also I who was there in that class, all of them were in my mind only. They were in the dream, it appeared as if it was appearing to me. When I wake up, I realize it was in me. None of it was outside me. Now extend this to the waking state. That's what he is doing. In the waking state, if you take the position of consciousness, awareness, is it this word, what you are seeing, is it outside you or inside you? Our first reaction would be it's outside, it's there. Let me give the example of our meditation which we did just now. You're sitting quietly and listening to the sound. Now our general reaction to this would be that yes, there is a sound outside which I am hearing. But anybody will tell you that we have studied how we hear sound. It's actually not outside. Sound is always inside us. We experience certain vibrations coming from outside as sound within us. But notice how we did the meditation. In the meditation we sat, I am aware. In my awareness a sound is arising. We are not saying that there is a sound, something outside which we are hearing. We are hearing it as a sound in my awareness. It arises in my awareness, stays in my awareness and disappears back into my awareness. That was the language which I was using. Isn't it? Let me push it a little further. This you have to follow carefully. This whole question of outside, inside. Outside, inside. We feel this table is outside, now I am touching it. You feel this table is outside, now I am seeing it. But it's outside me. That's because I am thinking of myself as this body who's experiencing this table. But you think of yourself as awareness. Do you have any evidence that the world exists outside? Now I am coming as awareness, now I become aware of the world. Do I have any evidence? This table is outside, it's there. Then I am coming with my awareness through the form of seeing. And then I contact it and I am seeing it. Is it like this? Or in my experience this table appears? Second one. In my experience this table. It's a certain point which I am making. In your experience the world appears. to say something is outside and now you're coming and experiencing it. In that case, that it should be that outside one also should be in your experience, you should be in your experience, then the coming in contact should be in your experience. No. Whenever we are aware of the word, it's already in our awareness. In fact, you can never be aware of anything outside your awareness. Tautologically, mathematics call it a triviality. Again, let me give an example which I have often referred to, very interesting, because it came as a challenge by our oldest member in Vedanta Society of New York, Bill Conrad. He's 100 years old next month. So, he said, no, Swami, the world is not in your consciousness. You may be aware of it, but it exists outside us, outside of our consciousness. It exists by itself. This is the realistic worldview. So there's a realistic worldview that the world exists outside and you come and experience the world. Vedanta is not against it. Vedanta says, yes, if you take the perspective of the body-mind, as the body-mind you are experiencing other bodies and other people externally. But as awareness, this body, that body, external world, known and unknown, all are appearing within you. So his challenge was, what you are saying, Swami, is not correct. See, this room, it exists by itself. Then we come and see it. I can prove it to you. We'll put a camera, he told me. And then we will leave the room. And then we will come back into the room. And I will show you the picture in the camera of the room existing by itself, empty. No consciousness, no conscious being there. So room exists externally, outside consciousness. Then you come and see it and you can say you're seeing it in your consciousness, fine. But the world exists outside consciousness. And then we bring it into our consciousness through eyes, ears and all of that, or by thinking about it. Then I said, Bill, in your consciousness, you set up this camera. In your awareness, consciousness, both of us left the room. In your awareness, we came back into the room. And in your awareness, you examined the pictures of the camera, which showed you an empty room in your awareness. At which point have you left your awareness?
Absolutely.
But you are saying absolutely. Most people don't catch it. It's a very, very simple truth. There is no way of jumping out of awareness. Simple objection here, immediately simple objection here will be, but Swami, there are so many things which are outside our knowledge. Right now, what is behind me, you can see, I can't see. What is behind you, I can see, you cannot see. When I turn around, now I can see what is behind me. So it was outside my knowledge. There is something on those mountains with many, many things which we don't know. There are other mountains, other cities and other lands beyond this which we are not aware of. There is a whole universe, unknown planets and stars, a vastness out there which is quite beyond our knowledge. How can you say everything is in our awareness? Only in fact a tiny portion of this universe is in our awareness. Be careful here. Make a distinction between knowledge and awareness. Yes. We know this tiny slice of the universe now. The rest of it is unknown in our awareness. The whole universe exists in you, the awareness, as the known little bit and the vast unknown. As we direct that consciousness through our mind and senses, portions of the universe become more and more illumined by consciousness, and we call it I know. How do you know? I see, I hear, I smell, I taste, I touch, I infer, I conduct scientific experiments and prove or disprove my hypothesis, and my knowledge expands. Into what? Into the realms of the unknown. Both known and unknown are in this awareness. Let me give you another example. In our dreams, what is it that we experience? In our dreams, imagine, it's like a world created. We have forgotten that we are dreaming. We are in this dream world. We are meeting people, walking around, things are happening. And we also have the sense that there is a vast unknown world all around us. Nobody in the dream thinks that only what I am seeing is there. Nothing is there outside. We all feel just like this waking state. This much is there and also outside so many things are there. Similarly in the dream also we feel the same, that there is an unknown world. The whole known and unknown world in the dream was where? In the mind of the dreamer. In a virtual reality kind of simulation. So as you go into a virtual reality, if you have tried it, you see parts of it. And the other parts of it also, whenever you look around, you see other parts of it. And the computer is what they call rendering it for you, as you look around in the virtual reality. But the entire programming is there. Some of it is rendered right now because you are looking at it. The rest of it is not rendered. When you turn around and look at it, computer renders it for you there. Now, he says here, this is exactly what is happening to us. As we experience things, Maya is rendering this universe for us continuously. By the way, this may not even be a poetic way of describing it. It may literally be true. I recently had a conversation with Donald Hoffman. He is a cognitive scientist working in UC Irvine, I think. And if you look at his work, he literally uses this format of a rendering. This is just as a computer renders parts of the virtual reality for us, our brains keep rendering the universe for us as we experience it. And Lakshmidhara Kavi here says, in me which, with this poet, Lakshmidhara Kavi, in that? No, Chit Vyomni, in the sky of consciousness, arises the movie of my life. What I call the world, my samsara, it arises in me. So all of this is the second step. What was the first one? The universe exists by itself and appears to me. That's the first step. Deeper analysis, it doesn't exist by itself. It appears in me the consciousness. Third step, it is nothing but me, the consciousness. If it is arising in the dream mind, what is that? What are the people in the dream made of? Dream mind, the dreaming mind. What are the stones in the dream made of? Are they made of actual stone? No, they are made of the dreaming mind. What are the houses in the dreaming mind made of? What are the houses in the dream made of? What is the sky and the earth made of in the dream? The dreaming mind. We all admit that. Nobody denies that. Similarly, here in the waking state, here itself, as we are experiencing this universe, consciousness itself appears as its own creation, as this universe. It's continuously painting a universe upon itself. One sadhu put it very nicely this way. It's a simple way. He says, the nature of the eye is to see. The nature of the eye is to see. Now when a child looks up at the sky, it seems to the child to be an inverted surface, like a bowl. There's no bowl there. It's just empty space going out. But it projects like an illusion, like a bowl. It looks like that to the child. Because the nature of the eye is to see. And when you look up into space, there is nothing to see. So this experience together, nothing to see, but the eye must see when I am opening it. You seem to see an inverted bowl. And then he says, the nature of consciousness, Chaitanya, is to experience.
Yes,
Objective experience. That is the very nature of consciousness. When you say, Sarada Bhami, I shine forth. Shine is what? What is it shining? What am I experiencing? I shine forth as this objective universe. The nature of consciousness, here is that's how you said. The nature of consciousness is to experience. But Advaita Vedanta Upanishad says there is nothing but consciousness. So what will consciousness experience? Itself. But it's not an object. How will it experience? It appears to itself as its own object. What is its own object? This. Vivekananda put it in one sentence. The self alone is projected as all this. You alone are projected as your universe. Now he says, Maye Vodeti, in me arises. In what? In which kind of me? Chid Vyomni, in the sky of myself, in the sky of consciousness, in the sky of awareness arises. The sky castles, castles in the air, the Gandharva, the city of Gandharvas. Why is it called the city of Gandharvas? Because
our idea of real, what is our idea of real right now? The common sense idea of real. It's like this, it exists apart from me. That's the real thing. If I show you this book, and then I ask you, look at this book, and then close your eyes and imagine this book as clearly as you can. Are there two books? One outside and one in your head? No, you will say there is only one book, the one outside. The other one is imagination. Why is that other one imagination? Because it was imagined by you in the mind. So our idea of reality is world must exist outside, that is real. But here we are showing what you call the world is an appearance in consciousness. Including this body, by the way. Including this personality. It's an appearance in consciousness. Therefore, it is not what you would call a real world. It is consciousness alone appearing as if outside. Shankaracharya uses this same metaphor in another way. Very beautiful, very well known. Dakshinamurti Stotra. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantaragatam Pasyan Atmani Mayaya Bahirivodbhutam Yatha Nidraya. The entire universe is like a city seen in a mirror. City in a mirror. Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulya. Now the city in a mirror is not a real city. In the mirror, what is there? Are there houses there? Are there chariots? And Sureshwara Acharya, he wrote a commentary on this. Manasollasa Vartika. This is, are there houses and chariots and lakes and people walking around? In the mirror? No, in the mirror there is only glass. Nothing else. The entire city appears there. Of course, in those days he was limited to a mirror, darpana. Nowadays you would have said computer screen or virtual reality or something. The moment you say mirror, a doubt comes. In a mirror, there is something outside. That is reflected in the mirror. That's why he had to add Nijantargatam. Inside the mirror only. Don't bother about the city outside the mirror. It's not like that. In consciousness alone, in a physical mirror, Jada mirror is Darpana, you need an external city to be reflected in. In the mirror of consciousness, you don't need an external city to be reflected in it. The mirror of consciousness, the city, the world arises. Vishwam, the universe arises. Like he says, he gives an example of dream. So the whole world in the dream arises in the dreaming mind, not outside. No need for reflection also. It's arising in the mind. Similarly, in consciousness, nothing outside consciousness. Don't say like a mirror, then there's a world outside and that is reflected in consciousness. That would be materialism. That nobody doubts. After all, what's our common sense idea of the world? There is a world and I'm seeing it in my awareness. What is Advaita saying? There is no world there. What you pointed out there, that's also in your awareness only. Another funny thing. You say, awareness, we think it's here. And the world is there. Advaita is saying the awareness is here and there also. In fact, both here and there are appearing in awareness. One sadhu, he was sitting at the back of a hall and he raised this question. Teacher was saying, Sarvapriyananda, and we'll come to that later. All pervasive, you are all pervasive. And the sadhu said, how can I be all pervasive? मैं यहाँ हूँ वहाँ नहीं हूँ तो सर्वव्यापी कैसे हुआ? I am here, I am not even there. Then how can I be everywhere? And then the sadhu, the teacher answered in such an incisive way. He said in Hindi, हाँ और यहाँ और वहाँ क्या ये दोनों ही आप में नहीं है? This idea, here and there, both of them are appearing in you. Something is proximate to this body, something is distant from that body. Both are appearing in consciousness only. In dreams, don't you say, someone is here and something is far, and when you wake up, near and far both are in the mind. So he says here, Jagat Gandharva Pattanam, the world is an appearance, like a snake in a rope. Let me give a little more technical interpretation of this. When you're saying Brahman is the cause of this universe, when you're saying cause of this universe, look at it this way. The cause is something different from the effect. Something produced something else. Something produced something else. Now, All our experience is of subject and object. All our experience. Subject means you are there, and everything else is your experience, is an objective. Everything else. Known, unknown. This much known, whole universe unknown. Both are objective. Subject, object. This is our experience. Now you are asking what is the cause of this objective universe? It must be something different from the objective universe. What is the only thing different from the object? You, the subject. Let me repeat. All our experience, all the time, from our beginning till now, has been subject-object. You understand what I mean by subject-object? Subject is you. Everything else is object. Whatever you see is an object. Hear, smell, taste, touch, think about, hate, love, imagine, believe, disbelieve. Everything is object. Externally, in your mind, all object. Now you are asking, what is the cause of this objective universe? Now in a very simplistic way, cause must be different from the effect. Something came and caused it. So what is the cause of this universe? This is a little bit of a trick. Cause of all this object, it must be other than this object. What is the only thing other than this object? Subject, you. So you must be the cause of this entire universe. Very interesting, a little like a little trick. So this universe appears in consciousness like a snake appears in a road. The classic Advaitic example, the snake in the road. This is superimposition. This entire universe is given existence, material cause, by you the consciousness, which is existence consciousness. I am, I shine. This I am is the material of this universe. And I shine is the intelligent cause, the consciousness behind this universe. You are both the existence and the consciousness of this universe. In Sanskrit, Satta Spurti. Satta, existence. Spurti, shining forth. Another little, even closer look at it. The cause is different from the effect, but the cause continues in the effect. This is the doctrine of Parinamavada. The cause itself is transformed into the effect. The wood in the tree was cut down and then carpenter worked on it and it became the table. Wood, cause, table, effect. Where is the wood now? In the table. Wood is in the table. Now you, the I am, the being, you are become the material cause of this entire universe. You see that the material cause should be in this entire universe, just as wood is in this table. The table was produced, effect, the wood is here. Then the I am should be everywhere. Existence. Notice, look around. What one common thing do you see? Table is. Room is. Human being is. Camera is. Space is. Sun is. Earth is. Valley is. Mountain is. Everywhere you see the play of existence.
Theory of
Isness. Being itself. In the effect, the cause is continuing. What is the cause? Existence. I am. In the effect, you see that amness, isness is continuing everywhere. It is borrowed from you. This entire universe borrows existence from you, and it's also experienceable. That's Spurti, shining forth. That's also borrowed from you. You continue in this entire universe which you have projected. Sarvakaranam.
I am the intrinsic existence.
You are the intrinsic existence appearing as the existence of all things. Yes. In and through all things. Same gold, make it into a necklace. Melt it, make it into a bracelet. Melt it, make it into a ring. But one thing you will notice, names are different. Necklace, bracelet, ring. Forms are different. Use is different. Vyavahara. One you put on the neck, necklace. One you put on the wrist, bracelet. One you put on the ring. One you put on the finger, ring. In every one of them continues the same goal. Intrinsic reality, intrinsic existence. What is intrinsic to all the ornaments is gold. What is intrinsic to all existing things is existence. What is that existence? Here is the beauty of it. If you contemplate the isness, actually if you try to do it now, is, you will find the isness comes straight back to you. It is your own isness which appears as the isness of this universe. It's your own isness which appears as the isness of this universe. And Sarvagya. Big question. Sarvagya means all knowing, omniscient. All the Upanishads speak about Brahman as omniscient. Am I omniscient? Not at all. I know very little. And my results in school and college are nothing to boast about. And that also what I have learned, I have forgotten most of it. How can I be all knowing? Alpagya, Jiva knows very little. But there is a deeper meaning of Sarvagya. The deeper meaning is Sarvascha Gyascha. Sarva means everything, Gya means consciousness. That which makes all knowledge possible. See, just as existence is there in all existing things, in all knowledge, behind all of it is consciousness. That consciousness I am. On that consciousness you put a name and a form and you get physics knowledge and chemistry knowledge and Sanskrit knowledge and music knowledge and so on. Detailed knowledge, if you want, you have to read the encyclopedia, Britannica. Or you have to be Ishvara, that is Sarvada Brahman, who is omniscient in that sense. But here Sarvagya means I am the all and I am consciousness. Sarvascha Gyascha. Gya means consciousness, that knowingness. Behind every knowledge there must be consciousness, and you are that consciousness. So now you see, Maye Udayati Chit Vyomni Jagat Gandharva Lakshanam Sarvagya, Sarvakaya. You must be able to answer, in what sense am I the cause of everything? In the sense that I am. And remember the 3 steps. World appears to me, world appears in me, the consciousness, and it is nothing but me, the consciousness, appearing in that form. Dream example, mirror example, and here Lakshmidhara Kavi gives sky castle, Gandharva Pattaram example. By the way, you might say that you are dismissing the world as unreal. You have to be more nuanced than that. The moment we take our stand in the body, then as real as the body is, so much real this is. So much real food is. So much real this house is. So much real these mountains and stars and planets are. As real as the body. But if you take a stand in consciousness, awareness, in which the body itself is appearing, like the sound appearing in our awareness when we meditate, then compared to that awareness, the body is an appearance. It's an appearance, literally. In fact, this is just a description of how things are. When we start Advaita Vedanta, it seems to be a philosophical theory. When we proceed along and we think about it more and more, it seems to be a careful description of how things are. That's all. Just a description of facts. Vivekananda said, Maya is not a theory. Maya is a description, is a statement of fact. Just how things are. It corrects our preconceptions of how things are. It corrects it. And just in this way. How does it correct? How does Advaita correct? Simple, in this way. We tend to say, what is this if I ask? Our immediate knee-jerk reaction is, oh, this is a bottle. But Advaita will say that, no, it's a bottle which you are seeing. One step further. Isn't it more true to say, instead of saying it's a bottle, I am seeing a bottle. This is a more accurate answer. The moment you say, I am seeing a bottle, what is this seeing? It is consciousness. What is the seeing? What do you mean by seeing? Consciousness operating through the mind, through the eyes, and displaying a form of a bottle. True consciousness only. Is seeing possible without consciousness? No. So, it's a more accurate representation. It corrects our description of how we see the world. That's what Advaita Vedanta does. Maye Vodeti Chit Vyomni Jagat Gandharva Bhaktana. And therefore his conclusion, straightforward, challenging. Atoham katham na Brahma. Atoham na katham Brahma. Then how am I not Brahman? Your definition is Brahman is the material and intelligent cause of this universe. I have shown that as the sky of consciousness, I am the material and intelligent cause of this sky castle, Gandharvanagar of the universe. Therefore, I am Brahman. He is poetic, dazzlingly intellectual, also a little humorous. It's like a little game he's playing with us. Why are you not? We are resisting it. No, I am not Brahman. He's saying, I am showing you that you are Brahman. Tell me why you are not. Every question you ask, say that, no, I am not Brahman. And he will show, no, you are Brahman. Tell me why. He's forcing us to think intellectually, philosophically also. You have to formulate an objection. Why do you think you are not Brahman? Now, next one. So when is this session supposed to end? 4:30. Alright. Huh? We started late. Yes. So we'll start one more verse and then do some question answer. Yes, we'll do some question answer then. Verse number 4. Nasvata pratyabhijnana Nasvata pratyabhijnana Nirangshatvat nachanyatah Nirangshatvat nachanyatah Nachashraya vinashanme Nachashraya vinashanme Vinashasyadanashraya Vinashasyadanashraya. Self-destruction is impossible because I recognize myself, nor is destruction from another possible as I have no parts, nor can I be destroyed by the destruction of my substratum as I have none. What's he doing here? Next question has come. The question is, wait a moment. I cannot be Brahman. Why not? Brahman is Nityam, eternal. Before the beginning of the universe, Brahman was. After the end of the universe, Brahman will continue. I am so temporary. Such and such date I was born, such and such date I will die. Then how can I be Brahman? Such a vast difference. Brahman always is. I am born and I die. He says, no, you are Brahman. I will show you that you cannot, your death is impossible. It's impossible. You cannot die. Why not? And he says, consider, the strategy of this verse is, consider this, how you can die. Something can die by itself, suppose by old age, medicine expired. So by itself something may have a natural limit to its existence. So that is swataha, by itself. Or by the action of another. Disease may come, or somebody might hit me with a sword and cut me. So anyata, from something else, some other cause I may be destroyed. Or third thing, not from myself, not from other cause, but my very substratum, my very basis can be removed. Ashraya nasha. What is ashraya nasha? We talk about it all the time. In a place like this, we are talking about environment. The environment, the ecosystem. If you destroy the ecosystem, all the living beings inside it will perish or start to perish. This living being, this body, particular body, has for its ashraya, food, air. How much ever Brahman we talk about, you have to breathe. Otherwise it will not exist. It will die soon. It requires shelter, food, air, society, sustenance, physical and emotional sustenance it requires. So ashraya. If you destroy that, no food, no air, the body will die. He says you cannot die. Why not? Consider yourself as I am, I shine, consciousness by itself. Let us do the how much time will I take? Alright. There are three causes shown here. The last two, second and third, are easily dealt with. The first one is a little complicated. One is anyata. The other can destroy. Well, how can other destroy? This is when other cannot destroy you because as consciousness you have no parts, no components. What it means is something else to destroy, something else must come in contact. To contact you must have a part where something can be contacted. I have a complex physical body. So COVID virus can come and interact with the body and destroy it. I have this living body of tissue. A sword can come in contact with it and cut the tissue and destroy it. Because they are parts. Anything that is complex, compound with parts can interact with other things. And that interaction can lead to its destruction. But suppose something has no parts at all. Where will something come in contact with you as consciousness itself? How? Where? No way. And therefore nothing external can destroy you. After all, what's the interaction of consciousness with anything else? As an object. Consciousness will become, at most, when you come in contact with consciousness, consciousness will become aware of you. Consciousness will experience you. That's it. You cannot destroy consciousness. All this sounds amazingly counterintuitive because the immediate knee-jerk reaction is, of course, if they kill the person, the brain, the consciousness is destroyed. Again, they're assuming brain is producing consciousness. Here it is, consciousness is seen as fundamental. That it's not produced by anything. It is. Consciousness by itself has no part. Nirangshatvat. Since it has no part, it can have no contact with others. Nirangshatvat nacha anyataha. Because of being partless, it cannot come in contact with or interact with anything else, and therefore it cannot be destroyed by anything else. Then, anashraya. Consciousness has no ashraya. Ashraya means something more fundamental than it. The table, ashraya of the table is wood. If you burn the wood, what will happen to the table? Burnt. But what is consciousness made of? Nothing. It is consciousness itself. It's the most fundamental reality. What is existence made of? So it has no more further ground of ashraya. Ashraya means foundation. If you destroy the foundation, the thing is destroyed. But consciousness or existence has no further foundation. It is the foundation of the entire universe. Then the universe is destroyed. What is destruction? In Vedanta or Sankhya, destruction is effect going back to the cause. Pot or table going back to wood. Just wood without being the table anymore. It's destruction of the table. Clay pot going back to clay. Destruction of the pot. Human body going back to the elements through which it was made. So whatever it is made of, when it goes back to that, that's called destruction. Existence or consciousness is not made of anything. It is existence through and through. It's pure and undivided. And therefore it cannot be destroyed. You have no ashraya to destroy. Therefore it cannot be destroyed. Now the first one is very interesting. By itself consciousness will not die. Or will not be destroyed. Na swataha. And then the example, the reason he gives, pratyavidyana, because of recognition. That we will deal with. So, three causes of destruction. What is the cause of destruction? By itself. But it will not die by itself because of recognition. What is that recognition? We will see. Or from something else, anyataha. It will not be destroyed by anything else, nirangshatva, because there has no parts. Third, ashraya nasha. By destruction of its ecosystem, it supports infrastructure. But consciousness has no support infrastructure. This is very different from the materialistic worldview. In a materialistic worldview, you will say, of course, consciousness has a very sophisticated and very delicate infrastructure. Brain, blood flow, nervous system, living human body. That is the ashraya of the consciousness, according to the materialist. But according to Advaita Vedanta, we say consciousness is first, it's fundamental. Yes, it interacts through the living human body and works through it. And that will go away if it's destroyed. If the physical body dies, then you will not be able to function through this body. But it does not mean that consciousness which is working through this body will be destroyed by the destruction of the body. One little thing to think about. When a person dies, why do you think the person is dead? Because one thing is common, everybody accepts. Death means death of the physical body. Doctors will accept, atheists will accept, theists will accept, Vedantis will accept, Sankhya will accept, Buddhists will accept. Everybody accepts. Death means death of the physical body. But why do you think death means death of the person? Because we have assumed that the physical body is, living physical body is generating that person. The materialist assumption is always there. That's a materialist assumption. You see, but it could be true. If it is true, we have to wrap up this retreat. All Vedanta, Sankhya, Yoga, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, all of that has to be wrapped up completely. No religion is possible without existence after death. Something survives physical death, that is the common feature of all religions of the world. You can't have religion without some kind of existence after that. If death is the complete end, zero, full stop, that's the end, it really is, then all of this does not make much sense. Now you might say, but science has proven that. No, it hasn't. That is why, that's interesting, If consciousness could be explained by the brain activity of the brain is consciousness, then I would accept death of the brain, because physical death is death of the brain also. Then that's the end of consciousness. But why is it that we are unable to explain? After so much investigation, especially last 25 years, consciousness studies has taken off, really taken off. Unable to explain. I'll give another food for thought. Our modern machines, AI, ChatGPT and all of that, and the computers in general, they are now doing everything that we thought only we could do, human consciousness could do, human beings could do. Memory even calculators had. Intelligence, beating chess players, already doing. Now things which we thought only human beings can do, no machine can ever do. Art, creativity, painting. Recently I went to the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, in Manhattan. It's one of the best museums of modern art in the world, maybe the best collection in the world. But the first thing that you see nowadays when you go in there is a big screen in which various modern art forms are being shown. And if you look at what is written there, it's an AI. An AI has been fed the entire content of the Museum of Modern Art and asked to generate modern art. So the AI is continuously generating modern art there. And it's fascinating, it's hypnotic. I also stood and stared. All the people are standing and staring at it. It has a hypnotic effect. Is it art or not?
Yes. Yes. No. No.
See, you will have two different views, and it's very natural to have two different views. If you take an internal perspective of art, the artistic experience, then it's not, because the AI has no artistic experience. It's not having an aesthetic experience, which it is expressing as that. It's an algorithm, which is imitating whatever information you're putting into it. On the other hand, if you say art is the effect it creates on people, it is creating an effect. Let me give an even more clear example. They are writing short stories now. Soon they will be writing novels, AI. Now, is that short story a short story or not? You have to say yes. You can read it. I have read it also. I mean, a classic example of Frankenstein's monster, one of the first magazines to go out of business was a science fiction magazine. I read the story. They said they got so many submissions, so many short stories, are all written by AI. They had to stop publication. They have been predicting it themselves for a century now, 100 years. One day machines will be able to imitate human beings. Now the machines have started imitating human. First business to go out is your business. Okay. Now my question, why am I saying all this? My question is, so AI is doing everything, writing short story, painting pictures, composing music, driving car. If you go to San Francisco, you will see driverless car. All of that, playing chess, all of that. And now it's widespread. Companies, executives are telling me all over the world now. They're saying we are already adopting AI. Each company has its own pet AI, like a dog you have. It's an AI which is trained with only one, it's proprietary. It's trained to work only for that company. So they are much more specialized and powerful than the general ChatGPT available for all of us. Except one thing it cannot do. These things are not conscious. Now my question is, why not? It should have been easy. Intelligence is complicated. Creativity is enormously complicated. Driving a car is a complicated task, so is playing chess. Consciousness is simple. What does consciousness do? Only one thing. Anubhava. Experience. That thing itself we can't make. We can't make it. Why not? What I am saying is, Vedanta makes a clear distinction between consciousness and activities of the mind. Creativity, intelligence, memory, all are part of Antakarana. And in Vedanta, the word of Jada, that's a machine. And if you are now able to imitate it in artificial intelligence, Vedanta is not surprised. But consciousness is not a product of activities. It's not a product made of some processes. Okay, leave it there. Since we started late, we can have 5 minutes question, 5-10 minutes question answer. Mayevodeti chidvyomi jagat gandharvavattanam. The word is an appearance in you. Questions? No questions. It's so easy. I'll come to you. Richard, you had a question last time, then I'll come to you next.
Swami, just wanted to know in Yoga, the Antakarana is very clear. But in Vedanta, where is mind posited?
Where is mind posited? Where is mind posited? One way of looking at it, they say it is in the heart, but it pervades the entire psychophysical system, the body. And the Antakarana consists of these functions. Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Yes. It is very much like the yogic idea. It borrows this idea from Sankhya.
In Vedanta.
In Vedanta,
Maharaj, this is Vineet Sagar.
yes.
My question is that we have touched upon the wake state, deep sleep, and dream state. So then there is a question of virtual reality. Is this a part of wake state or deep state, or it is a fourth thing? And the second thing is that can we call wake state as dream state?
Waking.
Waking as dream state and the dreaming as dream in a dream?
Alright. Now, what Vedanta does is, it's actually not interested in the waking state, or in the dream state, or in the deep sleep. What it says is, these three are appearances to one consciousness. See, when we talk about waking state, dream state, in the waking state, we are basically very interested in all the contents, what's going on here. What is going on here, we are interested in that. That's what we mean by waking state. People, activities going on here. Vedanta is interested in only one thing. All of this is appearing to you, the consciousness. In the dreaming state, when we talk about dreams, psychoanalysts and all will be interested in the contents of our dream. We also, from the common sense approach, when we talk about dreams, our interest is in what we saw in the dream. We often will see, Maharaj, what is the meaning of that? I saw this in the dream, what is the meaning of that? Vedanta is not interested. Vedanta is interested in you, the seer of the dream. Similarly, deep sleep state, Vedanta is interested in that which experiences the absolute blankness of deep sleep. That one consciousness is called the fourth in the Mandukya Upanishad. In Mandukya Upanishad, it is Chaturtham. The word used by Gaudapada is Turiya. Turiya means fourth, Chaturtham. It's not the fourth. It's actually the one. When you're counting waker, just now the waker is experiencing the waking state, dreamer is experiencing the dream state, and we posit a deep sleeper which quote unquote experiences the blankness of deep sleep. Then comparison to waker, dreamer, sleeper, fourth one is we call Turiya. But actually it is the one which is appearing as the three. The one consciousness appearing as the waker here is calling itself beneath and experiencing through that psychophysical system. When he falls asleep, that same one consciousness, in association with only the mind, projects as world of dreams and experiences that. When that mind also falls asleep, that one consciousness experiences the blankness. In all of them, that one consciousness is one and the same. This is what Lakshmi Dharakavi here calls Aham Asmi Sada Bhami. I am, I shine. Now, what you are asking, can the dream be considered a dream within a dream? Can the waking be considered a dream? All this you can do that. Mandukya Upanishad actually does that. But Vedanta will say that the varieties of the states, there are many intermediate states. Suppose someone will ask, what about coma? Someone will ask, what about hallucination? Someone will ask, what about samadhi? And various kinds of samadhi. What about drug-induced states? So, Upanishad says, in between also there can be many states. But the contents and the varieties of the states are not of interest to Vedanta. There's an interesting anecdote of a person going to a Vedanta master and saying, I am very miserable, I've got so many sorrows. And the master says, snaps at, I am not interested in your sorrows. How cruel, huh? I am interested in you. Thus creating a gap between you and your sorrows. Your sorrows are the contents of consciousness. You are consciousness. We hug our sorrows so much to ourselves that we become defined by our sorrows. No, they come and go. Every time we fall asleep in deep sleep, every sorrow and every good thing also goes away, temporarily at least. But what continues, the I, that one shining consciousness, it continues all throughout. That's what Vedanta is interested in. That's why in Ramana Maharshi's case, you would say, see, all these questions, whatever you ask, he would turn it around. You'd ask, who is asking this question? And he's right. It's not a way of avoiding the question. In fact, that's the best way of solving or dissolving the question. Once you realize that you are this consciousness, that becomes clear, everything else falls into place. You will yourself get the answer for it. Until we realize that I am that consciousness, nothing makes sense. Everything is very complicated. Everything seems to be a theory. Okay.
So one more question.
Just a comment to what you said. Dream. In Mandukya Karika, it's very interesting that Gaudapada actually, what he does is, Upanishad says waking, dreaming, deep sleep. Then Gaudapada further collapses it to two states. Dreaming and sleeping. Waking is also dreaming is also dreaming, and deep sleep is sleeping. So there are only two states, he says. Either we are dreaming or we are sleeping. Both are appearing to one consciousness. Truly waking is when you awaken to that one consciousness. I am that. That is true awakening. Otherwise, this so-called waking is like a dream. And Holy Mother of all people, highest of relative Swami Sarvapriyananda, probably was sitting with her and asking question about God realization. So you meditate and then you will see like a living form when you visualize. Then Arupanji said, but that mother, that's like a dream. Swapna. Like in a dream you see things very vividly. So if I visualize for a long time and visualize the form of Ishta Devata, I will see it as a living form. So he said then it's like a dream. Mother's reply was very interesting. Swapna Vaitarki. If it is not a dream, then what is it? Then she says, pointing around this way, Eshap to Swapna Vaita. All of this is also a dream. Then Arupanandaji objects. He says, no, this is not a dream. Dreams come and go. They are unstable. This is one of the arguments. And you say waking is a dream also. One argument will be against it is that waking state is stable and dream state is unstable. Every dream is different. So how can this be a dream? It's stable. Every time you wake up, same world is there, same people, same place, same problems. That's there. It would be nice if they disappear. It doesn't disappear. So the world is stable, hence real. His argument, world is stable, hence real. Dreams are unstable, hence unreal. Holy Mother's reply, she laughed and she said, Ta holaiva, Swapna Vaita Kishna. Let it be. It is nothing other than a dream. We'll come back to 4:40. If we come back after 4:55.